Hello everyone! You're going to learn about OpenShift Virtualization in this video series. In this section particularly, you're going to learn how to create a virtual machine with disk from OpenShift Virtualization Web Console. Creating virtual machine for Web Console through OpenShift Virtualization gives us a good idea and easy way to create a virtual machine on fly. While there's a way to create a virtual machine using the YAML file or the virtual machine script file, creating virtual machine from web console will give a good idea how the OpenShift virtualization work and give a good place to start. So without further ado, let's get started. So in this section, you're going to see how to create a virtual machine using Web Wizard. So we're in the project, we go to Workload and Virtualization. And you see the sample virtual machine we created already. We go to Wizard, create one. We give it some name. We're going to create the Fedora virtual machine. So we give a name for that. Description is optional. And we just type some description there. This can be whatever you like. And the source, you see a different type. We see container, disk, etc. And we can select the containers, but we're going to select the disk for this presentation or demo. And operating system is requirement. We select the Fedora, give it a medium size, and we're going to use a server image in PVC. So say what to use. Primary networking is a pod, but we can, if you use a third-party networking like Calic or other things, you can use that as well. We're going to add the disk. So we're going to use the PVC that we created earlier. If we missed that, go back and see the video for that. And we're going to use the Fedora PVC we created earlier. So that's what they're going to use. So we give some name and call the Fedora -db and we leave it as it is. And then we can select the disk. We're going to create an additional disk for storing our files, etc. And we're going to leave it the source as a blank, and we give it some name, and we're going to give about 20 gigabyte. Storage class, we're going to use a Ceph, which is the OpenShift container storage, and we're going to select the block. And you're going to select access mode as single user, read write once. We skip the part about the SSH key. We're not going to need any CD-ROM. So we can, then we create a virtual machine. So here's our virtual machine that was just created, and you can see the detail. You can modify boot order if you have multiple like a storage type, and you can also edit CD-ROM if you want to do that, but we're gonna leave it as it is. So you see that some event is coming up, and we can start the virtual machine. So you can select event and you can monitor the progress there, so you can see a lot of things happening now. So we select install Fedora 33, and we'll see the console getting printed out. We'll speed up things a little bit, so it's going to take a little while, a long process. So we're going to speed up things from here. So this is the VM, and then you can also use the VNC to connect. Anyway, we're in the installation screen, so we select the language, which is English by default. We select that. We select the continue, and you see the number of other things you can configure. We will going to select our disk, which is select here this the one we created by default. We want to select that. That's where our file system is going to get installed. And you can configure also a number of different things like software selection for your repository and the packages and etc. And there's installation source. And we're gonna change the root password. So that's you want to give it some name for a root password. We're gonna call the password give the password there for the root, and then confirm it by typing it twice. And we can click create additional user. We're going to skip that for now, and we can start begin installation. Again, this process, even though we're spinning up, can take a little while. So get some coffee or tea while doing this, and it should process pretty soon. Again, the way we connecting or using right now is using web console UI, and then you can just it's going to be running in the cloud, so you can like leave it and then come back and it should be done. But another way to connect is using the VersaTL's provided VNC console access. So you can use a tool like a VersaTL's to connect, and should be to see it in a larger window. So we are almost done, and this should be it. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video about OpenShift Virtualization series. By watching this video, hopefully you have a better understanding how OpenShift Virtualization works. Be sure to check out other video to understand better about OpenShift Virtualization, and see you next time. Bye bye.